leadership of Kingston Club on the amazing work that they have been doing, giving service to others and changing lives. You are truly all change makers, living your purpose, fueled by your passion for service and impacting people. Your work with our children through the Service Leadership Program continues to positively impact our children. Their stories tell of the difference you have made in their lives. Never, never lose this passion for serving our children. They need us more than ever. Thank you again for inviting me this evening, and I look forward to the rest of the evening. Thank you, President Paul.
Yes, thank you very much, LG Rosie. And of course, we are committed change makers as we continue to do the work of Kiwanis. It's always good that we have leaders like you to push us to make that impactful change in our society. So thank you very much again, LG, for being here. And I want to welcome our guest speaker this evening, DLGE Sharon. Welcome.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone.
I'll now call on our president.
Good evening.
I'll now call on our President-Designate Junior to do the official welcome of all the participants that are here on this platform this evening. President-Designate Junior, over to you.
Thank you, President Paul. You're hearing me all?
Yes, we are.
Thank you very much, and welcome to all our guests tonight. Both Kiwanians, non-Kiwanians, and our friends and otherwise. Very special welcome to our own LG Rosie. Thank you for giving us those words. And again, welcome and special welcome to DLGE Sharon, who is with us tonight.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for coming, and thank you for doing what you'll be doing tonight in advance. I'd like to give all those Kiwanians and guests that are online with us tonight an opportunity to bring greetings from their respective clubs. And without any further ado, I will.
Did you see that lightning bolt?
What was that?
No, go ahead.
Okay. And I'd like to start with those Kiwanians that are overseas to bring greetings. Those Kiwanians outside of Jamaica, we'll give you the first preference to bring greetings from your club. Kiwanians from overseas. Yes. Good night.
Good evening. Bringing greetings from Kiwanis Club of Scarborough, Tobago.
Scarborough.
PLG Anetta, and I see on the form here, I see DP Myrna. I see our secretary, Phyllis Samuel Smith. I can't see if there's anyone else, but I know there were others who say they were coming. But we are happy to be here, and we are looking forward, especially since it's my girl, DLGE Sharon, who is the guest speaker there. We are very happy to be here, and we are looking forward to what is in store for us.
And we can say thank you very much for coming. We certainly welcome you being with us tonight.
Good evening.
Yes.
This is Claire Marling, bringing greetings from the Kiwanis Club of Barbados North. With me is DP Angela, and we are expecting some more people later on. Hope we have a wonderful evening.
We will. We will have a wonderful evening. And thank you for coming. Those Kiwanis, yes? Yes, go ahead. Hello? Kiwanians from overseas? Any others? If not, we'll move to Division 25. Those Kiwanians from Division 25.
Good evening, PE Junior. Good evening, President. This is RTP Nadine. Are you hearing me?
I am.
Okay. Bring you warm greetings from the Kiwanis Club of Hopewell. There are 6 of us on the call this evening, including Kiwanis International Trustee Hope Marks. And
Yes.
we're here to support you in your meeting as well as to support DLGE Sharon. We know we'll have a wonderful meeting, as you said, and we are happy we're happy for the invite and thank you.
Yes.
Blessings.
And we are happy for you all to be with us.
Thank you.
Good evening to you, and welcome. Division 25. Others from Division 25. We'll move then to Division 24. 24, Division 24.
Sorry, good evening. This is
Good
President Indira from Kiwanis Club at Nigel Point. Bring you warm greetings on behalf of President Jory. I'm happy to be invited and hope we have a good meeting. Thank you.
And you are certainly welcome. And thank you for coming. Division 24. Others from Division 24. If not, we'll move to Division 23 West. Division 23 West.
Good evening, PD. Is it Junior?
Good evening to you.
I bring you greetings on behalf of the President and members of the Kiwanis Club of the Sunshine City Portmore.
Yes.
I am DP Janet. There are 4 members, and we have 1 prospect, Shanice Jackson.
Good.
So we're looking forward to a great meeting.
Yes.
Thank you.
And we thank you for coming, and we certainly do welcome you at our meeting.
Thank you so much.
As usual.
Thanks.
Good evening, PE Junior.
Yes, good evening.
So this is President Simone from the Kiwanis Club of North Spanish Town.
Okay.
We are currently 2 in numbers, myself and Prospect and Nikki Blake. We are hoping that others will join in short order, and we are looking forward to a very interesting and productive meeting.
Yeah, we sure can promise you that. And thank you for coming on your team, and we hope that those numbers increase as we go along. Thank you for coming again.
Good evening. Good evening, PD Junior. This is LGD Pauline from the Kiwanis Club of South St. Catherine. Greetings on behalf of President Althea and other members. Currently, I'm alone. I'm hoping others will join. But if I am to remain alone, I'm looking forward to enjoying the meeting. Thank you for the invite.
And thank you for coming, and you won't be alone here with us.
Okay.
Until the rest come, right? Okay, Division 23 West. Others from Division 23 West. If not, let us move on to 23 East. 23 East.
Good evening, Kiwanians
Hi.
and guests.
How are you?
Oh, I'm holding on. How about you?
You're more than holding on.
Never mind. Bring your greetings from the Kiwanis Club of New Kingston.
Yes.
And we're certainly here to support our effervescent and very brilliant DLGE Sharon. She's on. DLGE Sharon, DLG Bev.
Yes.
I notice there's also, who is it again? I think Professor P. Audrey Henry Lee. And I'm DLG Gerthlin. I know you're going to have a very good meeting.
And I know you are going to enjoy our meeting.
Thank you, I'm sure.
As usual.
Blessings.
DLG. All right. 23.
Good evening, good night, everyone. I am President Audrey from the Kiwanis Club of Papine at UTEC. I am currently alone, but the others are definitely on the way and will join me shortly. Looking forward to your meeting.
Okay. Good, and thank you for coming. 23 East.
Good evening.
Yes,
Go ahead.
Go ahead. Ladies before gentlemen, though.
I am PD Carleen representing Kiwanis Club of South St. Andrew. Currently I am the sole representative, but I do
Yeah.
expect the other delegates to join.
And thank you very much for coming.
Thanks for having us as usual.
Good. Yes.
Good evening, President.
Good evening to you.
Thank you. I am DP Blonza from the Kiwanis Club of Greater Portmore. On your meeting tonight, I have my president, Kashana, and I'm not sure, I expect other members to join, and I'm thankful and appreciative of the invite. Looking forward to always a very usual, lovely presentation from DLGE Sharon. Thank you.
And thank you for coming again.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Good evening. Bringing you greetings from Kiwanis Club of Cyber Connect.
Yeah.
We are 4 presently in number. I am President Narisha, and with me are Kiwanian Mark, Shanine, and Sasha. Of course, we are looking forward to a wonderful meeting. It is always great to listen to a presentation from DLGE Sharon. Thank you for the invitation.
And thank you for coming. It's always good to have you with us. 23 West, 23 Central. Those from our own division, 23 Central. 23 Central.
Good evening, everybody. President Stacy here from St. Thomas, and we are 2 in numbers. I do wish you all a good meeting. And thank you for allowing us to join you.
Thank you, President Tracy. Thank you for coming. Division 23 Central.
President-elect.
Yes.
This is.
How are you doing?
I am good.
Yes.
I bring warm greetings in my own capacity as well as from the Kiwanis Club of North St. Andrew.
Yes.
We are here to listen to your special guest speaker. We look forward to an entertaining and educational address, and we're happy to be here.
Yes, and we are happy to have you as well, and thank you for coming as usual. 23 Central. Chris is trying to come on. 23 Central. I see you've been coming up, Chris. Are you trying to come on? Others from 23 Central. Greetings from 23 Central. If not, I'll move.
Good evening, good evening, President Designate Junior.
Yes.
Just with my other hat from Kiwanis Club of 23 Central, Surrey Online. So far, there are 2 of us.
Good.
Interclub Chair UADC and myself. Thank you for having us, sir.
Thank you for coming, for staying. All right.
President-elect, this is LGD Hugh again, just to indicate that there are 2 other members from North St. Andrew with me. I've forgotten to so indicate.
Okay. Okay, and I'm sure others will join us as we go along.
Yes.
All right. Thank you, Hugh. Division 23 Central. If not, we'll move to our SLPs.
Greetings, everyone. This is President Arena from the Dunum Park Technical High School Key Club. With me, I have faculty advisors Aldith and Duval while awaiting more members. It is always a pleasure to be here, and we do give thanks for the invitation.
Right. It's always a pleasure having you with us, as well as you know. All right, and thank you for coming. SLPs.
Good evening, everyone. This is First VP Nicholas Joyles from the Urimona CKI. Along with me is our president, Wendy and Ivy. We want to thank you for the invitation. It's always a pleasure being welcome to a general meeting of the Kiwanis Club of Kingston, and we are looking forward to a good meeting. Thank you.
Thank you for coming. You're always welcome to this meeting, as usual. SLPs.
Ladies and gentlemen, President Kino here from the Micro University Colleges CKI. With me this evening are 6 other members, and we, as everyone else, thank you for the invite, and we are looking forward to a very engaging discussion this evening. Thank you.
Okay, President Keenan, thank you for coming as usual. You know you're always welcome to this meeting. SLPs. Other SLPs, if not, we'll move to those Kiwanians online, other Kiwanians online that would like to bring greetings. Are there any non-Kiwanians that would like to bring some greetings? Non-Kiwanians online. If not, good evening to you all. And I'll just pass you back to our President Paul.
Yes, thank you very much, President Junior. And of course, we have 81 participants on so far. I mean, I know DLGE Sharon will deliver excellent presentation this evening. At this time, apologies for absence. I know our chairman for club meetings is not on. He's tendered unavoidably. He had a power outage, so I'm sure hopefully JP has restored the power in his area soon so that he can be with us. Have you received any apologies, Secretary DLG Willie?
Yes, we have an apology from DLGE Standonwell, who's attending another meeting of higher order, and DLGE Trevor Christian. Those two I have. Okay,
thank you very much. At this time, we move on to the recognition of birthdays and anniversaries, and I call on President-elect Designate Newton.
Thank you, President Paul. I hope everyone is hearing me. Good evening, DLG Sharon, LG Rosie, others are on the platform. I'm gonna ask you to please bear with my video being off. My Wi-Fi just tripped, so I'm doing it by data, and I don't want to push my luck by adding too much pressure on it. For birthdays and anniversaries, well, for this week, what we have are strictly birthdays. The first one is DP Patrick Anderson, who celebrates his birthday on the 11th, which is tomorrow. Our next is Kiwanian Cleveland Williams, who celebrates on the 3rd, his birthday on the 13th. We have Kiwanian Brian Richardson, who celebrates on his birthday on the 15th. And the big man himself, DP Norman Heholt, celebrates his birthday on the 16th of May. That's it for our set birthdays for this week. But if there's anyone on this platform who's celebrating a birthday, anniversary, any special occasion, through President Paul, I would invite you to just open your microphone, let us know so we can celebrate with you.
Good evening.
Good evening.
There will be a birthday. DP Blonzo will be celebrating her birthday tomorrow, which is May the 11th. And we are happy to be able to celebrate it with her. So we just want to use this opportunity and say happy birthday to her when it comes.
Okay, happy birthday to you, DP, even though we didn't get an invite to go, because that sounds like it's going to be a face-to-face celebration, but we understand. Limit the numbers. COVID is still on.
It is still on, and we'll ensure that the protocols are followed.
Okay, well, you can still send the cake. We'll still accept it.
Okay.
Anyone else? Anyone else? Okay, I know everyone is anxious to hear DLG Sharon, so back to you, President Paul.
Yes, thank you very much, President-elect Designate Newton. Before we proceed on our program, we'll have our Kiwanis education, and I'm going to call on LGED Desmond to do so at this time.
Thank you, President Paul. The Kiwanis Terrific Kid is a student recognition program that promotes character and leadership development self-esteem, and perseverance, using the 8 behavioral traits for the acronym TERRIFIC. And these are being thoughtful, enthusiastic, respectful, responsible, inclusive, friendly, inquisitive, or having an inquiring mind, and being capable. Students will work with their class teachers to establish goals at the beginning of the assessment period and improve general conduct, such as thoughtfulness, respectfulness, and demonstration of responsibility, improve peer relationships, and friendliness, together with socialization with their classmates. Also, attendance and schoolwork to improve their subject grades and show that they have the capacity to do the work. It focuses primarily on K Kids, those in K Kids and Builders Clubs, of course, but not necessarily limited to those clubs. President Paul, that's it for the Terrific Kids program on Kiwanis education. Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much, LGED Desmond.
You're welcome.
We'll have, at this time, we'll have the introduction of our guest speaker, and I'm going to call on Kiwanis Andre to do so. Kiwanis Andre.
Thank you, President Paul, and good evening, fellow Kiwanian. I have the distinct pleasure of introducing our guest presenter for this evening, who is none other than Sharon Williams. For more than 20 years, Sharon Williams has based much of her life on one sweeping philosophy, and that is service excellence. It's a key tenet that defines both her personal and professional life. Sharon is a certified John Maxwell coach. She is a teacher, a trainer, and speaker, and a career banker with extensive experience in the areas of sales management and customer experience, strategy development, and execution. She holds a Bachelor of Sciences degree in banking and finance and a Master's of Sciences degree in human resource development. Sharon has worked at various levels at the National Commercial Bank over the years and held several positions, including manager, private banking center, for the Private Banking Center and manager of the New Kingston branch. She currently holds the position of head for group client experience, and she also chairs the Customer Advocacy Council. Under her leadership, the NCB Group has been twice awarded the Jamaica Customer Service Association Service Excellence Award and special recognition in the areas of reward and recognition and talent and capacity building. Sharon provides support to the Group Human Resources and Facilities Division Corporate Learning Campus by serving as member on the School of Wealth Management and being a facilitator of courses for the service and sales teams across the group. Sharon's passion for service extends to her spare time, since many of her evenings and weekends are spent planning for and executing community building activities as a Kiwanian. Sharon is a member of the Kiwanis Club of New Kingston and holds the title of Distinguished Lieutenant Governor of Excellence. Her current roles include Chair for the Eastern Canada and Caribbean Partnership Development Committee, Chair, Division 23 East, Past Lieutenant Governor's Council, and Vice Chair, Eastern Canada and Caribbean Past Lieutenant Governor's Council. Sharon also gives back to her alma mater, the St. Andrew High School for Girls, where she serves as coordinator of leadership development program for 12 and 13 grade students. Additionally, she is an active member of the Kingston Open Bible Church, where she serves on the Treasury and Special Events Committees, as well as the Jamaica Customer Service Association, where she serves as director with responsibility for the Finance Committee. Sharon has received several awards based on her commitment to service, and some of these include Kiwanian of the Year, the Walter Zeller Fellow Award, Frank Meledo Award, Award for Excellence from Circle K Caribbean District, Godfrey Dyer Award from Key Club Jamaica District, Spirit of Service Award, and Distinguished Kiwanis Advisor. In 2018, Sharon was also the recipient of the Governor General's Achievement Award for Excellence for the Parish of St. Andrew. Sharon is a foodie at heart, and in her downtime, she likes to dine out, spend time with her family and friends, and watch movies. Fellow Kiwanians, it gives me great pleasure to hand you over to Sharon. Please help me make her welcome.
Thank you, Andre. I appreciate that. Good evening, everyone. Greetings to President Paul. Greetings to Kiwanis International Trustee Hope. Greetings to LG Rosie. Also to LGD Hugh and LGED Des, and I saw another LGD. Pauline, I haven't seen Pauline forever.
Thank you.
But it really is, and greetings everyone who is on, and a special big up to the New Kingston ladies. It really is my pleasure being on with you this evening, right? So I'm gonna get right into it. But before I get into it, I saw Stacy, was it President Stacy from St. Thomas, Kiwanis called St. Thomas, Stacy?
Yes, ma'am.
Stacy, you're Stacy who was secretary?
Yes, and treasurer.
Oh my goodness, I'm so proud of you. Anyways, let me share our presentation and we'll get to that. Let me get into, really nice to see you on those days. It's been a while. Let me do my presentation. Right. Okay, so you should be seeing it, and let us get started. So our topic today is join to serve, commit to lead. And anybody who has heard me speak know that I absolutely love quotes. I think I could just use quotes and say nothing else, and the message is shared, right? So the first one that I really love because it really speaks to us in Kiwanis. You know, it says the heart of human excellence often begins to beat when you discover a pursuit that absorbs you, that frees you, challenges you, or gives you a sense of meaning, joy, or passion. And if anybody thinks about their Kiwanis journey, I'm sure you can relate to everything right here. It's challenging, you know, to be a Kiwanian sometimes, but it's something that we love, right? And it really gives us that joy and that passion for life. So, you know, I don't know how people do without Kiwanis, right? It is just the greatest thing. But we all volunteer and join for different reasons. And then I researched and found some reasons why persons actually volunteer. And I want to start with this quote that says, volunteerism is the voice of the people put into action. These actions shape and mold the present into a future of which we can all be proud. So as Kiwanians, we're not just talking, you know, we're not on the sideline just talking about how the world could be better and what people could do. We're actually doing it. You know, we're doing it in our own small way. And the other thing, you know, when I'm presenting, I love interaction. So before I even show anything that is on my slide in terms of reasons why people volunteer, somebody just open me a mic and tell me one reason why persons actually volunteer. You can say why you volunteer to be a part of Kiwanis. From no shy.
Give me a sense of fulfillment, DLGE Sharon.
A sense of fulfillment. Thank you, Prof. Anybody else? One more.
DLGE Sharon.
Yes.
Sorry, I can't. Yes. As far as I'm concerned, if you don't jump in to do something about something that you see something wrong with, then you don't have the right to complain.
Let's see, as plain as that. As plain as that. Excellent. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So let me share some that I found. So it says 93% of persons volunteer to make a contribution to the community, right? To make a contribution to the community. So it could fall in where Newton is saying, you see something happening, you want to improve it. Yeah, you volunteer for that. To use their skills and experiences. So we all come to the table with something in Kiwanis, you know, and Kiwanis gives us the opportunity to use those skills. 59%, they have been personally affected by a cause or the mandate. So it's something that persons really feel dear about, you know, I mean, something that's close to them. They're passionate about it. And that's why they join, because they think they can use through Kiwanis, they can make a change. 50% to explore their own strengths. I'm here, what are my strengths? What am I good at? 48% to network or meet new people. And we love that part in Kiwanis. Yeah, we'll come to serve, but we love the new people that we'll meet. 47%, their friends and family volunteer. And so they volunteer. 23% to improve and increase job opportunities. That's another reason, because I can relate to that in NCB. When we're doing interviews these days, we're looking, what else do you do apart from being bright? What else do you do? Do you give back? Because that really says to us, this is somebody who understands how to work in teams. This is somebody who may have some leadership skills, a little bit more than just a bright person. 22% to fulfill religious obligations or beliefs, right? So these are some of the reasons I found. And of course, we have many more. If anything in the chat is for me, somebody just let me know here. But why Kiwanis? We could have joined so many other organizations, why Kiwanis? And I love this quote that says, belonging to Kiwanis means being part of a massive force for positive change in the world. That alone, it's soul. I'm soul. I need to be a part of this. Belonging to Kiwanis means being part of a massive force for positive change in the world. But when you're part of Kiwanis sponsors nearly 150,000 service projects, and maybe way more than that at this point in time. Kiwanians devote more than 18.5 million hours to service. And Kiwanis sponsors the largest student-led organization. Which organization is that? Which student-led organization is the largest that we sponsor?
Key Club. Key Club.
All right. Key Club. I hear it. I hear Janet and Des. Lovely. And then, so when you're in Kiwanis, you're really here to just find what is your purpose. I don't know if anybody on this found their purpose in Kiwanis, right? But I found my purpose in Kiwanis. My purpose is to make sure that I go and beg from who has it to give to those who need it, right? So I'm getting that, I've gotten that skill and I work it. So we can get the funds and get what we need to improve the lives of others, right? Just to make a difference. You really want to make a difference in somebody's life. And I'm sure each Kiwanian here, you have touched even one life and you've seen that difference. And it really, really is a good feeling. Just to use our skills in a productive way, to contribute to a cause we care about, as we mentioned before, to also develop new skills. Anybody here has developed a new skill since joining Kiwanis? Anybody? A new skill? No new skills?
Yeah, man, public speaking.
Public speaking. All right. Yes. Thank you, DLG Bev. I see that there's a hand raised. Somebody says a hand is raised. Whose hand is raised? Can go ahead.
Events planning.
Events planning. Really, Des, nice. All right, so maybe the hand not raised. That's our message as a hand raised, right?
Graphic designing.
Graphic designing. That's Ava Maria.
That's me.
Awesome. Good. KIT Hope. Your hand is raised.
Hand is raised.
Bringing people together.
Bringing people together. Awesome. And that skill, when you learn it in Kiwanis, you bring it over to your own business. You bring it over to corporate Jamaica where you work. And it really, really, really is a fabulous skill to have. LG Rosie. I see you. Hand raised.
Yes, DLGE Sharon, fundraising. And I'm not just talking about the ordinary fundraising either.
But she said she's a
We know that. LG Rosie, we know that. Not ordinary fundraising. When you're in Kiwanis and an ordinary fundraising, you learn. That is so true. So true. And you take that skill set again to your business and wherever you are. So you really, really develop new skills. And you make new friends. And I just always want to talk about my new friends, See Aneta jump on, Blanzo. You go different clubs and you meet different people, and they just stay with you. In my own club, Audrey Brown is like a part of my household now, DLG Gertlin, DLG Bev. So many friends that you meet, you know, and Audrey, who was pretty new to me in Kiwanis, but no, a friend of mine. So you really get to meet new friends and great, great friendships. You know, we're not just saying it, it's true. And you really feel better about yourself. I as an individual, I feel so good that I'm not just living in the world, I am giving back. And it's maybe nothing major, you know, but I'm giving back in one way or the other. So it really, really is an awesome feeling. Yeah. And because it's such a good feeling in a Kiwanians, you can't keep it to yourself. That's why you have to invite other persons to join Kiwanis. All right. Remember that. So there are some factors that I think that, you know, impact your membership experience overall. I want to talk a little bit about that. But before I share those, there is this quote that says, when you do nothing, and I think Newton spoke something to this. When you do nothing, you feel overwhelmed and powerless, right? When this is something you want to get involved. But when you get involved, you feel the sense of hope and accomplishment that comes from knowing you are working to make things better, right? So when you do nothing, you feel overwhelmed. Yeah, but when you're doing something to make a difference, that feeling of hope is awesome. So the first one, you know, in terms of what impacts your experience is the effectiveness of your club's leadership team in communicating, in engaging members, in leading meetings and resolving conflicts, right? So all those things, and when I talk about your leadership team, right now I'm speaking directly to your officers and your directors right now. I'm just speaking directly to that team right now, right? But it's important that we know how to communicate and engage our members and lead meetings. And when you see the conflicts, you nip it in the bud, as we say in Jamaica. The level of camaraderie that you have among your members, that will impact your experience. You really want, you know, to be that you like being around your members and you enjoy each other's company. That's so important. The quality and variety of the projects done by the club, you know, if person is not, you know, it's the same old, I don't feel inspired by the project, that may negatively affect my experience, and then you may not see me coming out to projects, right? So we have to bear those things in mind. Even though it's a project you've been doing year over year and so on, and that's fine and you want to continue it, what can you put fresh in the space, or how you can change up that same project that is a little different, you know, add some excitement. The financial strength of the club, you know, nobody don't want to belong to a pop-down club. You want to make sure that when anything goes out, you see your club as one of the active clubs. You're not seeing beside your club that you may lose your charter or anything like that. You know, the financial strength of your club is important, but remember, we contribute to the financial strength of our club by paying our dues, right? And supporting activities, like fundraising activities. The level of interaction with other clubs, so important. So you can't be, you know, oh, this club, you know, we love each other so much, but we really don't interact with other clubs. That won't work. In Kiwanis, when you really have a great experience is when you interact with other clubs, and you find that because you interact with other clubs, when you have a meeting, people want to join your meeting. And so it really makes for that good family feeling. And then your own level of participation in club activities, you know, because sometimes some persons say, you know, they're not enjoying the Kiwanis experience. Okay, so tell me, what are you doing in your club? Which committee do you serve on? Yeah, you're not going to enjoy it because you're not serving, right? So you really have to participate in your own club. And then you have to be willing to take on leadership roles within your club. So you can't just always be the person that is, you know, I'll stay in the back. And we can't have everybody. So maybe you may have one and two who want to stay in the back. All right, fine. But everybody in the club can't stay in the back. Yeah, we need persons to serve as officers and directors. We need persons to serve as chairmen. We need persons to lead projects. You have to do something, right? So all these factors will impact your experience. So I want to zoom in now on the leaders of the club and how they impact your experience. And this quote by Robert Greenleaf says, the first and most important choice a leader makes is the choice to serve, without which one's capacity to lead is severely limited, right? So bear that in mind. So the leader builds a common vision of the future, right? So everybody's on the same page. We're all working towards the same goal. We kind of see where a club will end at the end of the year. You know, that whole vision is creative. You empower others and steward relationships. It's really, in Kiwanis, it's really a lot about relationships, good relationships. And so that's one of the things you want to have in your club. You don't want to have cliques, you know, in your club. You know, you're going to have some persons closer to some than others, and that is fine. But you don't want to have this culture of cliques, you know. Everybody wants to get along. That's what you really want. Provide opportunities for members to be trained and mentored. That is so important. because we know now somebody may come in brand new, right? And we want the person to be a chairman. And there's nothing wrong with that, you know, because somebody may come new to Kiwanis, but they're in corporate Jamaica or they run their own business, so they have some skill sets that so they can lead a committee. That's fine. But they need some training in terms of what is the requirement, you know, what is expected of them in this role. You need to train them. I need to have somebody that can be their mentor, just to work with them for a while. It's not that you just throw them there and you leave them there, right? So those things are important. Ensure conflicts are addressed swiftly and immediately, as I mentioned before. Encourage constructive criticism and make it easy and comfortable for members to share feedback. Yeah, when members share your feedback, your club grows, you know, you get some good ideas, you can put those into action. You know, don't let persons feel like you really don't want to hear from them. And of course, practice empathy. You know, put yourself in somebody else's shoes, see what they're going, you know, feel what they're going through and how it is that you can provide support. You want to motivate and get members excited about participating in activities. Everything to you as a leader are excitement. You build excitement around everything. So people really just want to be in your space. People really just want to participate. You know, you can't come with the day-to-day vibes when you're lead. You understand? So even if you're soft-spoken, that is fine. But you really talk with some kind of energy, you know, that people really want to be engaged. You want to hold members accountable. Yes, we know Kiwanis is voluntary and you're giving your time and all of those nice things. But still, if you commit to do something, you need to do it. And so leaders have to make sure that the whole person is accountable. You get something to do, there's a specific timeline, you're following up on it to make sure it is done, right? Because we need everybody to do their work so we're successful as a group. You have to use multiple channels to connect with members, and I laugh at this point, you know, because it always comes up, you know, in our club, you have some persons, you send WhatsApp, you send email, and maybe something else, but you didn't call them, and so they don't show up for the project. The truth is, when I just started in leadership, my response would have been, nobody never call me for come project, why I must call you, must come on project. But I had to change that thinking, because the truth is we're all so different. So you may have 1 and 2 persons in your club who want you to call them. Nothing wrong, call them. Because when that person get the call and come, work, give enough effort, you know, so they will work, call them, let them come. If that's how they want to feel special, call them and let them come. Some will respond to your WhatsApp, some will respond to an email. Just use all the channels, that's what I say. Ensure that members are recognized for service rendered. You know, people have volunteered them time, them go above and beyond. Just find some time to recognize people. And we're not talking spending money all the time. You know, just big up somebody in a meeting for what they did, send out an email, you know, big up somebody. And then you may have a structured program where you actually recognize members. That's good. And then we want to make leading attractive. And this is very dear to me. You know, once you have led in a role, when you come out of that role, or even when you're in that role, we want you to make it look attractive, like other people want to say, yeah, man, I want to be a president. Oh, yes, man, I want to be a director. Don't make it be that people when they look on you, or you look stressed out, and all the things that you say, the people them say, so you look like president, you don't want to be president, or if a chairman, you understand? You don't want that. So make leading attractive. And so we're going to talk a little bit about how do we make leading attractive. And here it says, leadership is a challenge to be something more than average. So in Kiwanis, we want people who are more than average, right? And the other ones by John Maxwell says, character makes trust possible, and trust is the foundation of leadership. So your members must trust you, right? Must trust you as a leader. And I always like this quote about character that says, watch your thoughts, they become words. Watch your words, they become actions. Watch your actions, they become habits. Watch your habits, they become character. Watch your character, it becomes your destiny, right? So we have to be careful. Sometimes we're thinking things and we just think that we're thinking the things, but after a while, if our thinking remains that way, it then becomes our action, yeah? And so we have to be very mindful. So when we talk about making leading attractive, this other quote by, is it Renee? Maybe something like that, Brown, but I love it. It says, if we want people to fully show up, to bring their whole selves, including their unarmored whole hearts, so that we can innovate, solve problems, and serve people, We have to be vigilant about creating a culture in which people feel safe, seen, heard, and respected. Right? So we want to remember that in Kiwanis. If we want people to come and serve, remember this, right? As leaders, remember this. So some ways that we can make leading attractive. You want to proactively identify prospective leaders and provide the required training to make them confident in accepting leadership roles. So if you're there as a team and you're really looking at your club roster and you're seeing some person that you say, this person would really make a great chairman, or this person would really make a good director. Before the time for elections and all of that, pull those persons together. Let them know what you're thinking. Let them know how you're seeing them. And let them know that you want to provide them with some training ahead of that time. So by the time somebody asks them to actually, so when the president who's coming in asks you to serve as a chairman, you actually feel ready for the role of a chairman because you are prepared for it, right? So that is important. You want to ensure that your new leaders are encouraged to think creatively and given the opportunity to implement new ideas. It is so, so important that when they're new in the space, we give them some space and we allow them to be creative. Members who have served in leadership roles should share the positive impact that leading has made on their life and how it has made serving more rewarding. So sometimes persons lead and somebody asks them about it and they share all the bad things about it. Yeah, it may not have been your best experience. Maybe some things never went the way you wanted it to. But what are those positive experiences? Because I'm sure once you lead in Kiwanis, lead a committee, lead a project, serve on the board, there is some positive that comes from that. We want our leaders to share what are the positive things that have come from you leading in Kiwanis. And I can always share my stories. Leading Kiwanis Club of New Kingston, president 2011, 2012. It wasn't my time to lead. I had about 2 more years to wait, but something happened and I was asked to go forward as president. And I had to take on that role. And the thing is, because you're leading volunteers, I was leading ladies who were running their own business, very strong-willed women. And I needed them to want to be on my team. I needed them to do things, to do projects. I had to learn how to interact with them. I had to learn about the different personalities and how it is that I get through to that person, because somebody will give you the toughest time. When you get that person on your team, that person will just work and work and work. And I've had 2 such instances, where 2 members, of a little kickoff, they didn't like what I did or said or something. And I said, you know what? I want those persons on my team. I went after them. We spoke through it. And those 2 ladies were 2 of the strongest persons on my team. So it really helps you in learning how to lead people. And I just take that experience from Kiwanis. I bring it to NCB where I'm leading people who are actually getting paid, but I've learned some skills, how to get people to say yes. That's important. So you learn from the experience. So share those positive experiences. We want to create a culture which ensures that leaders at all levels are provided with required support, which is not dependent on popularity, but simply respect for the person in the position. That should be the culture in your club. And if you're hearing anything other than that, you want to change it. Yeah, you don't want to be in that group that's supporting that kind of thinking. It don't matter, maybe it's not the most loved person, but the person of the president's seat, that's the president. Yeah, we have to support the person, support the position. Those things are important. You want to implement programs to reward and recognize persons who serve in your leadership roles. Always showing gratitude is important. So yes, you have joined to serve, but we wanted to take the next step, right? Because leading is an important element of serving. So when you volunteer, you challenge yourself to work with new people and explore new surroundings. If you want to be a great leader, that's where you have to be. You have to be outside your comfort zone, new things, new people. So you gain strength, courage, and confidence by every experience in which you really stop to look fear in the face. You must do the thing you think you cannot do. So a lot of times persons that tell you they can't take on this role because they won't be able to manage it. And all the excuses in the world, but that person isn't even giving themselves the opportunity to try, to say, all right, I'm so fearful of this, but let me try it. Let me see what we can do with this role. And we surprise ourselves so many times. We just take it on and we run with it. We put some passion in it, we put some energy in it, we surround ourselves with the right people, and you'd be amazed at just what you achieve, right? So don't shy away from roles. Get involved in something that you care so much about that you want to make it great, the greatest it can possibly be. Not because of what you will get, but just because it can be done, right? So that's the way we want you to think. You know, when you're approached to take on any role, don't start thinking about the why you can't do it and why. I mean, for me, sometimes I spend a lot of times just preparing presentations, because I'll do a presentation here and then somebody come and say, DLGE Sharon, you can do a presentation at my club. And we really want to say, no, can't do it. I say, all right, if they really want to do it, let me see if we can do it. Understand? So, and then sometimes, you know, I may want to shy away from it, but I say, all right, each time I prepare a presentation is a learning opportunity for me, because I find myself researching things, looking up things, you know, so it's always a learning opportunity. So I find that over time, you know, I stop shying away. I still have to manage my time though, so I'm not too strict, you know, but I try not to shy away from things. So change your thinking. When somebody approach you, don't think no first, you know, think how you can get it done, because you know, you get to do it and you leave your mark, and it's such an awesome thing. So, you know, in leading, you increase your capacity. You increase your capacity to serve as you build your confidence. You develop your interpersonal skills, which I spoke about before, just learning to interact with persons. Improve your planning and organization skills. You know, that, I mean, that's not my strength at all. You know, the whole planning and organizing, but in Kiwanis, I've really learned how to manage it. Somebody's mic is open. You can close it for me, please. You learn how to effectively manage conflict.
You're muted, Sharon.
Yes, I just realized I got muted as well. Yeah, so you may have conflicts coming up, but as you see it, you just want to make sure that you address it. And it's always important in Kiwanis that, you know, you address it immediately, because you leave something lingering, it changes the whole environment of your club for the whole year if you don't address it early, right? So that's my encouragement. If you see it, just nip it in the bud. You learn how to harness the collective skills of team members. So, you know, you have a whole group of persons, but everybody comes with a different skill set. You know, how can I make sure that you're good at planning and you good at decorating? You know, how I get everybody to come together so we can achieve as a club. And then we don't have any one person burden, you know? So that's one of the things you want to do as a leader, to make sure you're not burdening the same person all the time. Use all the different skill sets. You enhance your own problem solving and adaptability skills. You become more effective at communicating, and you improve your decision-making skills. So DLG Bev spoke about, you know, public speaking. I mean, it's just a part of Kiwanis. You come, you think you can get to it all the time, but then somebody will approach you and say, can you lead the objects? Or can you say prayer? Or can you do national anthem or bonding or something, right? And so so don't shy away from that. When you get that first opportunity, just take it and run with it, right? Because you find yourself a little and a little and a little, your whole, you know, public speaking skills begin to improve, and you feel so much more confident speaking to persons and so on. Don't run away from those opportunities. Kiwanis gives us great opportunities, right? Don't run away. So I just want to quickly share some things that great leaders do. But before I share that, I love this by Jim Rohn that says, the challenge of leadership is to be strong, but not rude, be kind, but not weak, be bold, but not bully, be thoughtful, but not lazy, be humble, but not timid, be proud, but not arrogant, have humor, but without folly. Right? So that is one of the leadership quotes that I absolutely love. So some things that great leaders do, they make others feel safe to speak up. They communicate their expectations. So if you have a team working with, don't just expect that people just know what they must do. Yeah, you have to talk to them, let them understand what you're expecting from them. That's important. You have to be accountable to others. So you're not just holding persons accountable, but you yourself as a leader, you have to be accountable to others. You have to lead by example. Yeah, so it's not do what I say and not what I do in Kiwanis. You lead by example. So people actually, they hear you say something and they actually see you do it. That's important. Measure and reward performance, problem solve and avoid procrastination, positive energy and attitude. And that's such an important thing. The energy, but also that positive attitude. You want to have that as a leader, right? Leading a team. Be a great teacher. You know, any opportunity, there's something that you have learned, you pass it on to others. You know the bylaws a little better than others, help persons to understand it. You know, find those opportunities to be a great teacher. Invest in relationships. Don't take people for granted. You know, that's so important. And we'll value each other and genuinely enjoy relationships, you know, and Kiwanis really gives you that opportunity to enjoy the relationships with those persons that you meet in Kiwanis. So what are some of the opportunities, you know, that you have to lead? You can serve as a member of the board, so a president, vice president, secretary, treasurer, director. That's an opportunity. You can volunteer to chair a committee, another opportunity. And that's a big one as well. I mean, one that a lot of persons shy away from, but it really, really is one of the opportunities that help you to build all of those skill sets. Planning and organization skills, you know, the interpersonal skills, the leadership skills, great opportunity to chair in a committee. Volunteer to be the secretary on a committee, you know, so you have that committee meeting, you just volunteer, you'll be the secretary, keep the notes and share. Volunteer to be a Kiwanis advisor for an SLP, we're always wanting advisors. Volunteer to create the club's weekly bulletin. Does your club have a bulletin? If not, can you help? Volunteer to lead a project. Volunteer to lead fundraising activities. If you're really good at that, please help the club with that. Assist in recruiting new members, everybody can do it, right? Just invite somebody else to be a part of this awesome movement that you're a part of. Assist in training and providing mentorship to members. Participate in leading club meeting activities. These are some of the ways that you can actually serve. And I also love this quote that says, you know, a noble leader answers not to the trumpet calls of self-promotion, but to the hushed whispers of necessity. Leading in Kiwanis is a necessity. I want you to respond to that call. And then, you know, leading is not a one-off activity. So as you have led, you must always be looking for opportunities to lead and serve. So you want to avoid certain ways of thinking. So you want to avoid saying, you know, I've served my year as president, director, treasurer, It is not my time to relax. No. Not the way we want you to be thinking. He didn't support me in my year, so I won't be working in his year. No. We don't think that way. It's time for other people to take on responsibilities. Really? Everybody needs to work every year, right? It's time for me to be a regular club member. What is that? What is a regular club member? I will take on a position when X is president next year. I prefer to work with him. Don't want that way of thinking. If X takes on a position this year, I will take on a position as well. No, you know, depend on anybody else. It doesn't matter if somebody else take on a position, you take on a position. So we want you to avoid all these ways of thinking. This is not how we want you to think in Kiwanis, right? And this quote by Simon Sinek says, leadership is a way of thinking, a way of acting, and most importantly, a way of communicating. So I want to remember that. So I want to talk about what are some of the right ways of thinking. How do we want you to think in Kiwanis? First one, my year as president director has ended, but I didn't get through all that I wanted to do. I still have a lot to offer, and so I will work in an area that allows me to make a significant contribution. You know, don't work it, right? I know how hard it was for me not having had enough persons serving in leadership roles. I won't be a part of the problem. I will be a part of the solution, right? That's what you're going to be saying. You're not going to be saying, I didn't get any support, so I won't support anybody. You're going to say, because I know how hard it was for me when I didn't get any support, I won't do that to somebody else. I will make sure I give them support. I will speak, you know, with my LGD to see how I can provide support to division level. That's something else you can do. I put myself forward to serve as lieutenant governor. Yeah, serve as president. Next move, LG. I'll take on a role that I usually shy away from. I will support the new director by volunteering to chair the committee for which he has oversight. You can volunteer, you know. It's not all the time somebody have to come and ask you. They can volunteer. That's what we want. All right. And then there's this quote that says, the choice to lead is nurtured by the willingness to rise above challenges of life. Right? I just love the leadership quotes because it just keeps us grounded. But as you commit to lead, you know, as you lead, sorry, I want you to commit to a few things. Just to be respectful and considerate in the way you write and speak. Yeah, that's important. As you try to get persons to volunteer their time, their efforts, you know, everything, their energy, their resources to work with you, be respectful and considerate. Be open to other views. Use the right approach to make your members say yes to your requests. Express thanks and appreciation, so important. Take the time to just check in and just say hello. You know, if you're a leader, you're not always calling to assign a task. You're not always calling to beg money. You're not always calling to ask for anything. You're just checking in. How are you? You know, how you're doing? How is the family doing? You know something about the person's daughter or son, ask about the person's daughter or son or the husband or wife or partner. You know, show interest, genuine interest. Genuine interest. Respect your members' personal time and space. So even though we love Kiwanis and we give so much to Kiwanis, we also have other lives, personal life, right? With your families, we know you have your families, with work and so on. So we want to respect that all the time. And you want to use language that engages your members. You're not commanding people. You know, that's not the language. So even sometimes if you're going to write something, you want to read it over to make sure that it's coming across in the right way. Sometimes we just write and send. Sometimes it makes sense to just read it over. Yeah. And if you know that your communication skills is not the best, but you know somebody who's pretty good, you just toss it to them, they take a look at it and say, yeah, man, good to go. You can send it out. But we have to be very, very cognizant of how we speak, how we write as we lead persons in Kiwanis. Extremely, extremely important. Right? And then you want to just create your own positive membership experience. You know, life is not easy for any of us, but what of that? We must have perseverance and above all confidence in ourselves. We must believe that we are gifted for something and that this thing must be attained. I know I'm gifted for something. I'm gifted to be in Kiwanis, to serve in Kiwanis. And there's a project that needs to get done. I'm gonna give it my focus and that objective will be attained. So, you know, as you serve, you want to always remember the why in Kiwanis. Always remembering that you're here to serve others, not to be served. You know, use every opportunity to learn more about this great organization. Build your knowledge. You know, you can't join and then 6 months time, you still don't know. 1 year time, you still don't know. You know, learn about the organization. There's just so much knowledge that you can get. I mean, going to www.kiwanis.org, you get a whole lot of information. Just know about your club's bylaws as well, like some of the basic things, you know, learn about the organization. Be someone who lives the objects in Kiwanis in every aspect of your life. Get involved, serve on a committee, volunteer to lead. Never, never, never compromise your values. No matter what competition, don't compromise your values, right? Fellowship with your other Kiwanians, honor your financial obligations, and enjoy your service experience. Have fun doing what you do. Anytime you're in Kiwanis and you're feeling stressed out and you're not enjoying it, something is wrong. That's not what Kiwanis is about, right? You should be having fun in Kiwanis. So I'll just end here with these affirmations. I know anybody who has been on my presentations, I love when persons help me with the affirmations. So can I have somebody just starting us off with the first one and we'll just take them one at a time going down? Who will start us off?
I have a clear vision of the type of leader I want to be, and I take intentional action daily to build toward this.
Thanks, DLGE Willie.
I welcome different and opposing views, understanding that we are stronger when all voices are heard.
All right, thank you. I'm not seeing the names, but thank you so much.
I'm a thoughtful person and strive to inspire others with my words.
That sounds like Des.
Yes.
Next one.
And leadership to the individual, understanding that everyone's needs are different.
Can you do that one again for me?
I adapt my leadership to the individual, understanding that everyone's needs are different.
Awesome, thank you.
I work with the people on my team so that we may all achieve awesome results in our club and division.
Thank you.
I have the power to create positive change.
Thank you.
I express gratitude daily for the gift of leading others.
Awesome, thank you.
I am grateful to learn from new experiences, even if I struggle.
Yep, thank you.
I gain strength from building deep connection with others.
All right, that was Nats?
Yes, yes.
All right.
I inspire others through my vulnerability, allowing them to see my humanity.
Miss G, do that one more time for me, please.
I inspire others through my vulnerability, or allowing them to see my humanity.
Yeah, man, I love that one. Thank you so much, Miss G. And that's it for my presentation. So I hope you got some useful tips to help you along your Kiwanis journey and your leadership journey in Kiwanis. Thank you so much.
Excellent as usual, DLGE.
Thanks, Miss G.
Welcome, Shah, it's true.
Yes. DLGE Sharon?
Yes, Perez.
Okay. Yes. Okay, I'm gonna call on our Kiwanian Zuri at this time to give you to do the vote of thanks. Kiwanian Zuri.
Okay.
Thank you, President Paul. DLGE Sharon Williams. It is my pleasure on behalf of the Kiwanis Club of Kingston and all the other persons present at the meeting this evening to say thank you for your time, your preparation, your energy, and delivery of such an article presentation. I'm going to call it that. It was filled with challenges, it was filled with charge, and it also gives us an opportunity to learn about the Kiwanis Club, the Kiwanis Movement. This is especially important for persons like myself who are very new to the Kiwanis Movement. Thank you also for just allowing us to reflect and to see where it is that we can find our footing. You have given us some additional tools for our toolkits this evening to not only develop ourselves as Kiwanians, but as individuals, to make ourselves better individuals in service. And whereas I'm not going to speak for everyone, but I'm sure persons are challenged, and some will be taking on the challenge not only to serve, but to lead. Again, I say thank you.
You're welcome, Zuri, and thank you too.
And let me add, DLGE Sharon,
you made it.
Yeah, I made it.
Yes,
but I wasn't able to do the certificate of appreciation. So we will do it and we'll get it to you.
That is fine.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yes, thank you so very much, DLGE Sharon, and of
Welcome,
course,
Prez.
our Kiwanian Zuri for doing that lovely vote of thanks. At this time, I'm going to ask DLG Willie to give us notices and announcements, and I'm going to ask any member on this call if they have any notices to present thereafter. DLG Willie, over to you.
Thank you, President Paul. Regarding notices and announcements, just reminder again, fellow Kiwanians, Kiwanis International Convention in Indianapolis, been held between July 8th to 11th. All Island Convention, the Grand Bahia Hotel, nearer to home, has been held from July 29th to August 1, where the actual All Island Convention will be held on Sunday, July the 31st. And there is a one-day pass, which is $70, which is entitled you to refreshments and materials and everything else on that particular day. And lastly, the East Tennessee District Convention registration is now open, and that's been held in Fredericton, New Brunswick from August 18th to the 20th. In terms of committee meeting, tomorrow evening at 6 p.m., we'll be hosting an inquiry committee meeting where we'll be interviewing 5 new prospects. The link has been sent out. And then on Thursday evening, there will be 2 joint meeting of the major project and the fundraising committee meeting at the home of VP Richard Reese. And that starts at 5:30. In respect to interclubbing opportunities, tomorrow we're going to attend the annual general meeting for the Kiwanis Club of Cyber Connect, and that begins at 6:30 p.m. Details will be sent out in the WhatsApp group, as well as other interclub opportunities between now and Friday. Thank you, Paul. You may want to ask the visitors if they have any announcements.
Thank you, DLG Willie. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you, ma'am.
Okay, great. So I heard you mention just a little teeny bit about district convention.
Yes, please.
So I am going to do a little bit more to it.
Okay.
Early bird registration ends the 15th, which is this Sunday. I just looked at the registration list. I just finished a district meeting and I don't see Kingston on it at all.
At all, yes.
I am hoping that by Sunday, I will see Kingston being represented on this. Remember that we have a candidate, VG Pam, and she needs all our support. And also attending the district convention is also a part of the distinguished criteria, either district or KI. So please, please, please catch the early bird registration. The Delta Hotel is fully booked, so now the overflow hotels are available. Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much, DLG Willie.
President Paul?
Yes, LGED, Desmond.
Just to mention that in the morning, we have the Terrific Kids Awards presentation at Richmond Park Prep.
On Thursday?
At 8:30. No, tomorrow, Wednesday. Tomorrow, Wednesday.
At 8:30?
All right, so we will pin our students. We have cash awards for super terrific kids.
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, right. And also certificates of achievement. So those will be presented. Thank you, President.
Yes, thank you very much, LGED, Desmond. We'll hear from our chairman for our club meetings, DP Stewart, with the thought for the week.
Thank you, President Paul. Just confirming that you're hearing me?
Yes, we are.
Okay. Okay, I have 2 thoughts. The first one is there's only one way to avoid criticism. Do nothing, say nothing, be nothing. And that's a quote from Aristotle. And my other one is appreciation is a wonderful thing. It makes what is excellent in others belong to us as well. And that's from Voltaire. So those are my 2 thoughts, President Paul.
Yes, thank you very much, DP Stewart. Well, fellow Kiwanians and guests, I'm going to ask that we all raise a toast to Kiwanis International and to Jamaica land we love. This meeting of the Kiwanis Club of Kingston is now terminated at 8:25 p.m. Thank you so very much for being here, and it was a lovely meeting and great presentation by DLGE Sharon. I trust that you will learn something and take away all that DLGE Sharon shared with us this evening. So have a good night, everyone.
Awesome presentation, Greg. Awesome.
Thanks, Marcel.
Yeah.
Awesome indeed.
I hope. Thank you, everyone. Have a good night.
Yes, thank you again.
You realize there weren't many questions because you just covered everything.
Once I can take it and use it in some good way, I'm happy.
Oh yes, that's the key.
I had a question. How do I quit from working with DLGE Sharon?
How she what? What is the question?
How do I take a break?